supported 600 organizations. Employees gave back over $200,000 and logged nearly 5,000 volunteer hours across Louisiana, all in 2023. That's what keeps CLECO energized.
Hello and good morning, everyone. Looking out from the Rapides Regional Medical Center camera, and we just had someone pulling a boat out there, so we had some action going on. 88 degrees and dew points at 78, so it's going to be another hot one. Today is the day we have a rain chance, and I say that because we don't have one after this for the 7-day forecast, so I'm going to blow that part of the forecast right now. Lots to talk about in the tropics, though. Look at those boats out there. We got them lined up 1, 2, 3, fishing under the bridge. I'm jealous. I wish I were you, especially when you were in the shade like that, but it looks like they are out there. I wish someone would catch a big one, but it looks like we're going to have to wait until next time for that. Now, radar showing some storms offshore. I think today we actually get some storms to pop up. Now, I think the southern half of the area is where we are most likely going to see that. So if you are north of Alexandria, your rain chance is more like 20%. South, it's more like 60%. So it looks like going to be quite a difference from Winfield down to Opelousas across the area today. So heat alerts. We have heat advisory for the entire area and an excessive heat warning in Catahoula and Concordia Parish. It's going to be hot. You understand that, so we'll go on by that. But it really looks like those heat index values could get up to or maybe even slightly above 110 in some locations. Actual temperatures mid to upper 90s, lots of humidity, lots of moisture. That's why we don't cool off much at night. So overnight lows mid 70s, perhaps a little cooler in some spots up to the north, but it looks like generally mid 70s to near 80 down around New Orleans, where it's always a little warmer with all that water, especially in the mornings. 96 degrees at 2 o'clock. Now, I think we have rain chances in the area today. The automated updated planner here says, you know what, maybe we're going to hold back on that, but I think we do see some scattered storms. And here's how it's going to look here. The future cast showing that we have those storms that are going to pop, especially in the southern half of the area, almost exclusively. And then those kind of settle down, and those are going to go away by about midnight. They could linger after sundown. So I don't expect this to be one of those things where it just cuts off right as the sun goes down, but it does look like these are going to mainly stay below severe limits as typical. I can't rule out an isolated severe storm this time of year, but for the most part, the chance of that is really low. And the chance for any sort of heavy rain also very low there, with only maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch on average for the next week. And like I said, in the 7-day here, that's when most of this is going to fall. So that's going to be today. After that, things just kind of turn toward the tropics. We have Tropical Depression 4 that is now near the Isle of Youth right here. This, let's see. Get my arrow out for this. This little fella right here, that's the Isle of Youth there. And there's your tropical depression that is nearing tropical storm strength as it continues on toward the west-northwest. This one still looks like it avoids our area, but we're going to go through this because I know a lot of folks are going to be, planning on heading out to the east and want to see what's going on with this. And here's your forecast with Tropical Depression 4 that is, again, approaching tropical storm status. It's going to come across Cuba here. It's going to hook up to the right, and then it really slows down up here into the Carolinas. So lots of rain for most of Florida. If you are planning on heading toward Florida, this could be a hurricane when it makes landfall. Official forecast has it at 70 miles per hour, but I would plan for at least a Cat 1 hurricane just in case. You always want to plan for a category more than is forecast. That's just a little rule of thumb. And remember that this is forecast to be 5 miles an hour away from hurricane status, so you might want to just to be safe, act like that's a category 2 if you're heading that way, because you want to be safe. You want to not put yourself in harm's way should that thing come up there, because it's going to move really slowly. It's going to rain a lot, going to be some wind, going to be some issues out to our east. And the models are pretty centered up on this thing, really coming in right along that official forecast track. But the thing you notice is at the end, they just kind of stop. So it looks like that stall is possible. Initially, we were thinking it could be a stall down in this area. If that were the case, then we could see this thing come back to the west. But as of now, it looks like that stall is going to happen to the northeast, across the Carolinas. And let's just say this thing does go crazy and decides then to head west. Well, it's heading across land, so we wouldn't be looking for anything tropically in our area. Now, there is another area that I'm watching, and this has not been designated yet, but I think this thing here gets designated later today, maybe tomorrow, as just an area the National Hurricane Center is watching. And the main reason I say that is because it looks like on the ensembles and things like that, we are seeing some trend toward development as this heads very, very far south here, just north of South America. So if it stays far enough north, this could be something something to watch down the line. There are scary model runs out there, and we want you to avoid those. Don't look at them. I won't post them. And if anyone is posting single runs, you unfollow them and run to my page, because right now we have no tropical area of interest out there. I think we get a lemon in there tomorrow. Up here, we don't have one because now it's a classified storm. So that's kind of a rundown of the tropics. Nothing imminent in our area. It's going to be mainly to the east, but we are going to be watching that system. And we're going to be watching it all. I mean, I don't even know why I say that anymore. I watch this stuff no matter what. But it looks hot. It looks humid. It looks nasty over the next week. Today, your only chance for rain in our 7-day forecast, brought to you by Bug Busters Pest Control. Mid to upper 90s, lows in the mid 70s. Very summer-like stuff. And you know, I'm going to be moving my daughter into her apartment out at College Station next week, and it's always the hottest week of the year when that happens. And we're going to be above normal, it looks like, in mid-August as well. We're going to be watching the tropics. That's going to really govern what temperatures do, but for now it does not look like any sort of imminent threat in our area, so it mainly looks warm, looks cooler up north. If you have, I don't know, a summer home in Bismarck, might be time to go visit that, because it looks like it's going to be a little cooler, and with some rain falling as well. I forgot to bring myself up. Just want you to know I am still here. But yeah, it looks like we're going to see scattered storms return to the forecast for mid-August, but up until then, it looks pretty dry. I'm going to get out of here. I smell bacon. They're actually out there cooking without me. I've got to go finish this because I make the omelets. That's what happens on Saturday here. So have a wonderful Saturday. I'll probably be on Sunday afternoon as usual, and I will do any sort of text updating should we see this system that's out there get designated by NHC or something. We can talk a little more about that, but no imminent threats. Just enjoy the summer, and be careful today if you run into a storm that could produce some heavy rain, maybe some gusty wind. I will see you tomorrow.